Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know when this video is going up, so if it is already the new year, then happy new year. I hope you guys all had a great safe new year celebration. Today I'm going to be filming my acne journey video. So in this video I'm just going to go over kind of my skin journey since about March. In this video I'm not going to be discussing my skincare routine. I already have a morning skincare routine video and a nighttime skincare routine video up on my channel, so I'll have them linked up in the cards for you guys if you want to know which products I'm using and what my routine looks like. Today is strictly just going to be about like how I started breaking out and then how I cleared up those breakouts. Also, just a disclaimer, I know that there are people who have way worse acne than what I had experienced over this summer, but just in the context of my own skin journey, the way it was over the last 4 months was the worst it had ever been for me personally. And that being said, I will be sharing a lot of photos in this video, so if like pictures of acne makes you uncomfortable, maybe this isn't the right video for you. A lot of them are really kind of uncomfortable for me to share because obviously like we usually share our photos when we look our best, and in a lot of these I was not confident in my skin at all. Okay, so just a little background on my skin. I've always had oily, kind of acne prone skin ever since I was like maybe 12 or 13. I started having like, you know, blocked pores, blackheads, like a few whiteheads here and there. Just what I would consider like normal teenage acne, like what pretty much everybody experiences at some point. I really had no idea how to take care of my skin, and that's another thing in this video. Like you're going to see that I have no idea how to manage skincare like at all. I'm really bad at skincare, so just like for anyone who's good at it in the comments, like I already know that I suck at this, so I'm sorry. But especially when I was in early high school and stuff, I had no idea what I was doing. Like I thought I didn't need moisturizer because I had oily skin, so that basically sums up my like skincare knowledge. When I was about 18, I went on birth control, like oral contraceptive, for mainly for cysts because I was dealing with ovarian cysts, and it really broke me out. I was on the brand Aless, and it just, the only side effect I experienced was really bad acne, or like I say really bad for me, but I had a lot of like jawline acne. Unfortunately, I don't have any photos of this time because I was really bothered by it when I was like in early university, but I had like really deep rooted like red painful acne breakouts like all along my chin and jawline. And after about 6 months to a year of dealing with that, I realized that it was most likely my birth control, so I switched brands and got on a different type of birth control, and it actually just cleared that right up and it went away. So after that, again, I just had like normal acne, I guess, like random breakouts here and there, blackheads, whatever. So throughout most of my last year here at university, I really didn't wear a lot of makeup to school because I just couldn't be bothered to. And this was up until about March before we went into lockdown, so March 2020. I wore makeup sometimes to school, not really though. And just as a disclaimer, like I am wearing BB cream today. This is not my bare natural skin. Around mid to the end of March, we went into lockdown here in Ontario, so my university closed down and I was doing school from home. During that time, I guess I was bored. I don't know. I had a lot more time to look at my face and like find things wrong with my skin, I guess. So around this time, I heard about the brand Polish Choice through like one of the YouTubers I was watching. And this is no hate to the brand at all. There are products from them that I tried that did really work for me. But I tried their salicylic face wash. It's called Clear. I'll try to put a picture on the screen for you. And I got it because I just wanted to clear up any clogged pores. I was noticing a lot of like blackheads and stuff, and I just wanted to try it. I heard a lot of good things about it. It had really good reviews, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And because it has salicylic acid in it, they warn you that purging is normal. So purging is when you start to experience more frequent breakouts in areas that you already do break out in for a period of like 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 weeks. Sorry, I'm looking down at my phone to look at the pictures, but I'll have them on the screen for you. So my skin didn't have like that much acne. I wouldn't even consider it acne, but you can see that I definitely had like some clogged pores. This was probably about a week after I started using that cleanser. So I was like, oh, this is normal. This must be the purging that, you know, they talk about. So throughout April, I just continued to document like the breaking out that I was experiencing, thinking that it was just purging. And as you can see, it kind of just started to get progressively worse. I started to experience more texture. And by May, I was honestly really frustrated. And around that time is when I realized that maybe this isn't purging and this is me just not reacting well to the cleanser. So in May, you can also see on my forehead that I had a lot of texture on my forehead, and this is like something that I kind of experienced in high school, but as I got into my 20s, like it kind of went away. So I was just really confused as to why my forehead was so like textured and irritated. And so this photo on May 22nd is the day that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just stop with the cleanser. It's obviously not working for me, and I don't really think that this is purging at all, because I was really noticing that I was having breakouts in areas that I normally don't break out. Like I had one here on my lips somewhere. Again, my forehead was really bad, which it normally doesn't get like that if I break out. And I was having a lot of acne like around these areas. So by June 7th, it had been a couple of weeks since I had stopped with the cleanser, and I had just gone back to what I was using before, which was like, I think, a cream cleanser, which now I know was obviously not the best way to go, and then whatever moisturizer I was using at the time. And still my skin was just not letting up. I was like, this is super irritating and annoying. And you can see by July 2nd, I just had a lot of texture on my face. And you guys, this is when I started to get really discouraged, and I was just getting really frustrated because I was using chemical exfoliants, which I thought would help to get rid of clogged pores. I wasn't wearing makeup. It was summertime. I was wearing SPF. I was trying to be really careful about what I was putting on my skin. It was around this time that I started to wonder if maybe I had fungal acne, because I was starting to hear a lot about maskne. Fungal acne is kind of a thing that people were starting to experience because of wearing masks. And so I was looking into causes and like how to clear up fungal acne, and it just didn't seem to like relate to what I was dealing with. And for some reason, I just like didn't think that it would be fungal acne. I just didn't think it was. I really just thought that my skin hated me. But as you can see in this picture here on July 7th, right around this area, there's like a little cluster of like small texture bumps, and it's red because my face was so itchy, and I literally did not understand why. And we're gonna get back into that in a little bit, but remember that. And that's actually something that was such a big warning sign right from the beginning that I literally just did not think about, but my face was really itchy during this time, especially around here where I had the most texture. So on this day, I remember thinking my skin was getting a lot better. I was like, oh my god, maybe what I'm using is working. Only for 2 days later for me to wake up and just have more irritated breakouts and whiteheads, and just my skin was so angry and I could not figure out why. So this photo actually hurts my feelings the most, because when I took this picture, I was at my dad's house and I was hanging out in the backyard with my brothers and my dad, and I just opened my front facing camera and saw the texture on my face, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is this happening? I don't get like what I'm doing wrong here. And this was when I decided that I was going to make an appointment to go see a dermatologist. And honestly, at this point, I was really prepared to just go on Accutane or another type of acne medication, because I was so tired of trying to deal with my skin. And something else to note is that I've been on prescription acne medicated creams before, like clindamycin and things like that, and they really irritated my skin, like beyond just like the regular dryness you're supposed to experience. So I always had to come off of those. So it was around this time in August that I started looking into fungal acne again, because I was like, you know what, everything about my acne looks like fungal acne, but I don't know why it just like won't go away. So I stumbled upon this video on YouTube about fungal acne, and if I can find it, I'll link it down below for you guys, because it really helped me out. But the girl in the video basically just described fungal acne and some characteristics of fungal acne. And one thing that she mentioned that nobody else mentioned in any other fungal acne video I watched was that her face was really itchy when she had it. And that's when I was like, good morning, Anna. You have fungal acne, you idiot. Your face has been so itchy, and like literally no acne products have been working for you. It's obviously fungal acne. And that's when I was like, okay, now I know what the cause is. And one of the solutions she mentioned in the video is a really common one, and it's basically using anti-dandruff shampoo on your face as like a mask. And the brand I used was the Nizoral or Nizoral, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the really popular one that everyone talks about on the internet. So I was really desperate, so I started using it, and I think I tried this once before during the summer and it didn't work, but it's because I wasn't really using it correctly. And basically you're supposed to apply a thin layer of it all over your face or the affected area and leave it on as a mask for 10 minutes every day and do it for like a week straight. So I started doing that, and I noticed a really big difference in my skin. I noticed that a lot of the texture was going down. My skin was looking smoother. I was so pumped. Like I actually was so excited, you guys, that my skin was finally starting to clear up. And it was going really well until one day, on August 11th, I woke up with a really bad, painful breakout on my cheeks, and it's because the Nizoral shampoo is really harsh for your skin. It's not meant to be used on your face that way, and so it caused a breakout just from irritating my skin. So I took a few days off of the Nizoral for the breakout to clear up, and then once that went away, I started back on it again, and you can see that my skin was kind of getting rid of the textured bumps, but I was getting like bigger actual pimples on my face, and I knew that it was likely because of the Nizoral, so I just stopped using it. So one day out of frustration, I posted in my story on Instagram and I said something like, it was just like a text blurb, and I was basically like, a lot of you guys have been asking me for my skincare routines, because at the time I was getting a lot of DMs about that, and I just said like, I'm not going to be posting a skincare routine until I see a dermatologist and figure out what the heck is going on with my skin. I don't feel like I should be recommending anything to you guys because I obviously have no idea what I'm doing. So after I posted that, I had a flood of DMs of people like giving me advice and telling me what they used for their skin that worked. And there was one person, she's a friend of mine on Instagram, and she's an angel, and she reached out to me and was like, yo, what is going on with your face? Like, send me some pictures. So I sent her a few of the photos that I showed you guys. She also asked me about what products I was using, and she told me about a website called Skin Charisma, and basically it's like an ingredient analyzer, so you can copy and paste the ingredients of your skincare products into their ingredient analyzer, and it will break down the ingredients for you and tell you what is good for oily skin in there, what's not good for oily skin, etc, etc. And it also tells you whether the product is fungal acne safe or not. And literally everything I was using except for my SPF was not fungal acne safe. She does have an esthetician background, so that's why I trusted her recommendations, and she said based on the photos that it did look like fungal acne. And I mentioned that my skin was really itchy, which again is a big characteristic of fungal acne. So she recommended a few products to me that she has tried herself and that worked on her husband as well, that were all fungal acne safe, cruelty free, and all of that. So if you want to see what those products are, I use them in my morning and nighttime skin routine still, and I will have those videos linked up in the cards for you guys. But everything she recommended to me was fungal acne safe, and I started using them I think right at the end of August, beginning of September. And after about a week of a few more breakouts of just things that I guess were deep in my skin that were like ready to come out anyway, after about my birthday on September 8th, I started to notice a significant improvement in my skin. But I do still deal with the dark spots, so that's something that I was working towards lightening up, and that is why I was using like vitamin C serum and a retinol, which again I talk about in my skincare routine videos. I'm going to show you guys what my skin looks like now. I took these photos this morning right before putting makeup on to film this video. So as you can see, my skin is definitely not perfect. I still do experience breakouts every now and then, like if I get lazy with my skincare routine, or if I eat a lot of sweets one day. I notice in a few days that I get a couple of breakouts. Around my period or hormonal times, I do experience some hormonal breakouts, and you can see that the acne scarring is not completely cleared, but compared to where it was a few months ago, even just in September, it's such a world of difference to me that like I'm actually so happy with my skin. So my dermatologist appointment was like the second week of September, I think, and even though my skin had already been improving a lot and I was happy with the routine that my friend had given me on Instagram, I still went to the appointment, and I was in there for maybe 5 minutes, and because we have to wear masks, I totally understand that like she wasn't able to look at my skin for as long as normal. But I took so many photos, like all the photos I showed you today I kept and took for that dermatologist appointment specifically. I documented all of my progress throughout the summer. She also asked me like no questions about like if I'm pregnant, anything like that. She was just like, are you allergic to anything? I said no, but I do have really bad reactions for some reason to like strong medicated acne creams. Like I almost always break out in hives in areas where I don't apply it, so I don't really like to use them. And she said, okay, sounds good. And she prescribed me Biacna gel, or Biacna gel. I don't know how to say it. But basically it's a clindamycin and tretinoin ointment, which I told you already, I used clindamycin in the past, and it really irritated my skin. Like even though I was only applying it here, it would break me out in hives all down my neck, on my chest, on my forehead, even though I was only applying it in one area. So I was kind of like, well, I'm not going to use this because I just told you that irritates me, I can't use it. It just didn't make any sense. So I came home, used this one time, broke out in a rash, and never used it again. So if you get prescribed this by your dermatologist, it might really work for you. My stepbrother used this through high school and it worked amazingly for him. So don't be scared of this. If it works for you, that's amazing, and I hope that you find something that works for you. But it did not work for me, and for what I was dealing with, I just didn't even bother. So after that, I haven't switched my skincare routine at all from what she recommended. I haven't introduced anything new, and my skin has just been thriving. Again, I do experience breakouts around my period and things like that, but they're just normal and they don't bother me because I know that they're normal. So for some reason my camera didn't record this part, but the two things I learned during this process was first to always check the ingredients of my products if I'm feeling like my skin is reacting poorly. I really wish I did this at first instead of trying the anti-dandruff shampoo, because in the long run that really just irritated my skin more and caused me more breakouts. So if you think you're dealing with fungal acne, don't even bother trying like the internet remedies you may find or like the anti-dandruff shampoo on your face. I really feel like it just makes things worse, and instead just check your skincare ingredients and see if the products you are using are fungal acne safe. I also really found that wearing SPF daily helped to prevent any of my dark scars from getting any darker, and I really recommend wearing SPF daily if you aren't already, even in the winter time and even if you're going to be inside. I'll link the one I used down below, but this was a huge tip for me. So I hope this video was entertaining for you. I really like these like transformation videos myself, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope that I helped some of you kind of figure out what might be going on with your skin. If you have any of the same symptoms as me, if your face is itchy, it could be fungal acne. So I will have the Skin Charisma website linked down below so that you can go ahead and check all your products and see. On that website, they also have like forums of people that leave their recommendations for fungal acne safe products, so you guys will be able to find things that work for you there, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.